Hi, lovelies. Welcome to the free weekly reading with me, Sarah Martucci, psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator, all around fucking weirdo. Welcome. If you're wondering what my shirt says, it says, I'm Area 50 done with your bullshit. And you're welcome. So this is how I'm feeling this week. All right, you guys, we got some major shit going down this week, y'all. We got some major shit. We have a lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius coming up on the 26th. Saturn has now gone retrograde. Mercury's about to go retrograde at the end of the week. Pluto's already retrograde. Shit is happening. So a lot of us are already feeling this energy. And also, too, if you know anything about the eclipses, it always involves the nodes. And so there's the north node where we're trying to point our energy or the direction we're trying to go. And the south node is kind of what we're trying to pull away from. Or maybe where we're having issues, we need to face and release so that we can follow that north node path. And so the south node is in Sagittarius and coming up with this lunar eclipse first. And Sagittarius is a wise sign. They're knowledgeable. Really different from Gemini in the way where Gemini kind of goes out into the world, gathers information. It's really about the information. They're just trying to find it. Maybe they don't even put like an energy or an emotion to it. Sagittarius is like life learned lessons, life learned wisdom that they're bringing to the table to share with other people. So there might be something this week, and since it is consisting of the south node, where we have to release something that maybe we learned. Maybe this is a truth that we thought was truth and is not. Maybe it's something that we just, some wisdom or knowledge we have around, something that's happened to us and now we're understanding or seeing how it's maybe harmful now, or maybe where something needs to change. Maybe I think where we need more information. And so challenge yourself this week. Challenge yourself around your philosophies. Challenge yourself around the things that you've learned. Challenge yourself around the knowledge and the wisdom that you have. Not in a way where it like breaks you down, but it really gets you to face like, is this really true? Is this true? Or am I just sticking to this because that's what I've learned and that was my experience, and I've never really challenged myself around what else it could mean, or given it the ability to grow into something more, or given myself the space here to gather more information to fully understand what happened. And so with lunar eclipses too, this is a closing of a door, y'all. So something here is closing around those themes. Also look in your chart to see where Sagittarius is. This will give you a better understanding around these themes and what it means for you. And so for me, it's in my 5th house. This is where I have fun. This is around children. This is around romance. This is around all the good stuff. This is Leo usually rules this house. For me in my chart, it's where Sagittarius is. So just know, at least, you know, with these themes coming up with us, we're going to have to face things that we thought were true and that aren't. And for me specifically, and specifically around children, I was always terrified to have kids. You guys know my history. You guys know my past. I talk about my trauma all the time. And so having children was a terrifying thing to me. I always wanted children, but I thought, will I fuck them up too? Will I hurt and harm them the way that I was harmed and hurt? And so for the longest time, it held me back in terms of like having children and feeling safe and comfortable to do that. Well, now that my child's here, it's really making me start to challenge my thoughts around having children and a family. And this can be beautiful and good and healing. So all these old things that I learned through the experiences that I had were true at the time, but aren't necessarily true now. So how can these things change for you? And I hope that example helps you guys too. So again, look to your chart and where Sagittarius lies for you to get extra themes around where these things are coming up for you. All right. So let's pull some cards. That's why you guys are here. So I'm going to put up each card. Either look to the first picture at the beginning of the video and pick the card that you're drawn to, any and all of them, or I'm going to hold them up and just energetically feel it out. All right. So this is going to be card number 1. And this is going to be card number 2. And this is going to be card number 3. And you guys, how cute are my nails? Bethany did my nails again. Aren't they so sweet? I don't know if you guys can see, but there's little flowers on these nails. And then she did little tips with pink and the purple. So they're pink and purple flowers. How sweet. Thank you, Bethany. You did the best job. All right, you guys. So if you picked card number one, hold on, did I pick the right card? Yes, I did. If you got card number one, you got the Page of Cups, and here's your beautiful card. So you guys, anytime a court card like this shows up, anytime any court card shows up, this usually talks about somebody coming on the scene to help or to hinder. This person actually feels incredibly helpful. And with cups here, this is going to talk about our emotions and our intuition. Now, the page, when she shows up, I find that the pages and knights usually deliver a message. So there might be somebody showing up this week to deliver a message to you around your emotional space, around your intuition. Either this feels to me like trusting it, or to tune in and to face what's going on with you. Maybe they say something that triggers for you, maybe the way, like we were talking previously, something that I thought or an emotion I had around something. Somebody delivers a message that changes everything. Everything. This is a card for the better. So just know with the Page of Cups, like this is like coming home to oneself. Look how she has her hand on her heart and she holds this cup. The waves in the background are gently lapping into the shore. It's not crazy water. It's not wild water. It's soft and it's peaceful. So know that this message this week is it almost feels like a reminder. Remember to come home to yourself. Remember that your feelings count. Remember to trust yourself. This is going to be massive for you this week. So maybe also too, this would be a good time to make sure that you're writing down any intuitive stuff that's coming up for you, any of your dreams that you're having, any kind of weird psychic stuff that's going on for you. Write it down. It's a way to go back and challenge it later to see if you were right, or to see if you were tuned in or tapped in, or to just see if you were picking up on something, whether this be for the collective or maybe just for yourself, maybe even maybe for somebody else that you love. So just know, whatever this message is this week, it's delivered in a gorgeous way. And all it's doing is reminding you to come back home to yourself. And remember, you have intuitive abilities. You are psychic on some level and degree. So the more that you tune in and you trust, the more that you listen to your heart. I mean, everybody else get the fuck out of the way. This is good shit. Okay? Hell yeah. All right, if you pick card number two, you got the Queen of Cups. Here's your gorgeous card. So, again, another court card, but anytime the king or the queen shows up, I want to say to you, remember who the fuck you are. Remember who you are this week. Remember who you are. And so if people are treating you less than the queen or the king that you are, gotta go, ho. We don't have time for that. Absolutely not. Also, too, the way that you treat yourself is everything. And with cups showing up here again, we're talking about our emotions, and we're also talking about our psychic ability. So if emotionally people are not treating you right, or you feel like you're always sad around somebody, pay attention to that. Pay attention. And may that also be a reminder that I surround myself with people that truly see me, that truly want to be here with me, and that maybe respect me too. There's that. Now, a lot of times, too, cups can also talk about romance. So maybe this talks about a person coming on the scene here to maybe help you connect with your person. Maybe this is, if it's a queen here, maybe this is a older female that shows up. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe this is your mother or your mother-in-law. Maybe this is someone that's like a mother to you and helps hook you up with another person. So also, don't be afraid of kind of putting out there this week if romantically you're looking for something here. Maybe you finally have stepped into your queen space and you're ready to find your king. And even vice versa. Maybe you're finally stepping into your king position and you're ready to find your queen. So put the bolo out. Put it out to your friends. Put it out to people that you trust and that have good taste, or at least understand your taste. Put it out there that you're ready to go and that you're ready to find your match. So I think whenever this card comes up, it's gorgeous around that. Now, here's what's interesting symbolically. Her body is facing towards the future, which for me is towards the left, and she's pointing back towards the past, which also points at this new moon and at this cheetah. So the new moon's talking about new possibilities, new things coming up here, renewal. So I want to say also too, these themes are going to be probably pretty prevalent around the solar eclipse in Gemini. And I think that's like June 10th or something around there. So pay attention to these themes coming up around that point. But also too, it's pointing back at that cheetah. So when the cheetah shows up or these big cats show up, they talk about patience and timing. There's something here around having patience with your situation and whatever's going on here, and also tune into the timing of how everything is going down too. And only say something or speak up or whatever you got to do here when the timing feels right. Also, too, there's a lore connected to the cheetah and the tear marks around their eyes. That these are all the tears that they've cried around the children that they've lost. So there might also be some themes right now of, since it's a queen, maybe mama healing, mama drama, coming up for us to really kind of face right now. Maybe you lost a child and you never fully grieved or faced that. Maybe this is around the loss of your childhood. And maybe I never got what I needed from mama. And now I'm stepping into the position. Maybe I'm becoming a mother myself. And now I've got to take care of this little one. And I'm freaked out about it. Remember who the fuck you are. And that you've got this week. Trust your intuition. Trust what your emotions are telling you. And again, self-care is going to needs to be at 100% for whatever shows up. And also, too, it sets the tone for other relationships if they come in as well. So if they can't meet you where you're taking care of yourself, hit the road, Jack. Just know new beginnings around all of those themes are coming up here. Face the past around what that means around mama trauma, mama drama, maybe themes around motherhood for yourself and what that's speaking to you as well. So that we can face this stuff and let it go. So it can move forward. Like this female is in this card, is I'm trying to move forward. So if you also have felt held back lately, check your grief. Check your grief in those spaces. And just know the more grief work you do around that, the more you face yourself, you're free. All right. And finally, card number 3. If you pick card number 3, you get the 4 of Crystals. Here's your gorgeous card. So the 4 of Crystals is a little bit more of a difficult card here. Anytime crystals come up in this deck, this is going to talk about our safety and security needs. This is the earth element. So I'm looking at my resources. I'm looking at my priorities and goals. What are they? Has something changed? Now, with the 4 of Crystals, this is really talking about somebody that felt, or maybe this is yourself, maybe this is another person. Since there's a male in the card, maybe this is a male close to you right now that is having difficulty seeing any good in your situation. Maybe something didn't work out here. Maybe he didn't get the job that he wanted. Maybe he got a job and it didn't turn out the way he wanted. Maybe you guys didn't get the house you were hoping for. I'm looking with the earth element. I got to taste it, touch it, see it, smell it to know that it's real. So that involves a home, a house. That involves food on the table, money in the bank, clothes on your back. So these resources that I need, I didn't get it. And so I'm focusing on that loss instead of all of this growth and all of this beauty around me. This normally would be mountains behind him, but it's like they're not. They're little foothills. So there's also something here around making a mountain out of a molehill, that saying, or making things worse than they really are just because something didn't work out here. And so maybe we're dealing with that depressive energy, or maybe we're dealing with that loss. And so what is needed with this card and what it's saying, either for another person or yourself, is about perspective. Really step back. Really face yourself. Am I having a bad life, or am I just having a bad day? You know? We all fucking do that shit, you guys. We all do. And so there might be some more difficult stuff coming up this week, or maybe we just recently had a loss in some way, shape, or form, and we're not dealing with it well. Face yourself. And recognize too, step back and take the full perspective in that not everything is shitty, that you actually have some really beautiful stuff going on too, or that maybe even as well, you have more resources than you realize. Reprioritize or relook at your goals here. This is the perfect time with Mercury retrograde coming up this week. Reprioritize, relook at your goals and make sure that they actually align with who you are and what you're trying to get. And don't give up. Don't give up. This is no reason to give up with the 4 of Crystals with this deck. So don't give up here. This is about stepping back, reprioritizing, looking at the perspective and understanding. So much more beautiful is going on than bad right now. And it's not to diminish from the things that happened or to say that you're being crazy for being upset, but it's saying it's starting to take over everything. And that's where we're running into the problem. So step back, look at it again. And see the full picture. If you can do anything for yourself that week, may it be that. And guys, I would say the stone of the week is fucking black tourmaline. Just cover yourself in black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is an incredible stone for grounding and protection. And so if we feel like things are just wild this week, which they are going to be, and all of eclipse season, like it's going to be wild. So get a piece of black tourmaline, ground yourself, and so that you feel protected, so that no matter what the fuck shows up, you've got a little talisman that either by looking at it, it reminds you of these themes and that you've got this, or if you believe in the metaphysical properties like I do, that it actually gives me protection. I say it's also a base, a root chakra stone. So keeping it maybe in your pockets of your jeans or your leggings, like me, if they have pockets. There's that. We won't get into that in this video. But if we got pockets there, maybe you got like a little belly ring in, or wear a bracelet. That usually hangs around that area. So the closer we can get it to our root chakra, 2 thumbs up. Worst case scenario, throw it in your bra. You're good to go. Get your booby stones on. It's the classy girl thing to do. That's the hot girl summer thing to do. So do what you got to do with the stone. Just get a chunk of black tourmaline. I like to say, like with the stones, make sure that it's like the size of a quarter or larger. And that way too, you're working with a good little energy field there. You guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you for letting me bring the free weekly reading to you guys. I love you. Be good to each other. I'll see you on Tuesday with the next episode of Makeup and Mediumship. And I'm either coming on Friday or Saturday. I'm still working it out. And I'll be on for the Messages of Hope. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Let me know what card you picked. See you guys soon. Bye, bye, bye.